Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh. Peace be upon you all and welcome to the channel. In this final episode, we will actually execute the program and see the result. So, thus far we have created the native method, which is an abstract method, and we decided when we will invoke it. Then we have implemented it in the language of our choice, the native language of our choice, which is either C or C++. Now we will actually combine these together. Now remember from our previous diagram, and I forgot to prepare it here, so J and I. So we have the execution engine and the native method libraries. This is the execution engine, and these are the native method libraries. And these are connected together via the intermediary that is the JNI. So we needed to create a library. It is mandatory that you create a library, a native library, which is a compilation, or I should not say a compilation, a collection of methods. Even though we only created one method, we needed to create a library for it, which was done through this command here. Ignore what we discussed in the previous lecture regarding dynamic and static libraries. Those will be covered in C and C++ bi'idhnillah and God willing. But we needed to create a native method library that we can provide to the JNI. Now, before we actually execute it, we need to provide the library to Java because of this arrow here. So we created the library. Now we need to provide that library to Java. How do we do this? Simply create a static initializer block, then use the method system.load library, this one right here. And you can say lib, and you can see lib name is the name of the library. Let us check this method. Loads the native library specified by the libname argument. The libname argument must not contain any platform-specific prefix, file extension, or path. If a native library called libname is statically linked with the VM, then blah 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 blah. We do not need any of this for now. So we simply need to provide the name of the library that we have created here, which is lib addition. And as I mentioned, the convention is to start with this prefix, lib for library, followed by the name, which is lib addition. And that is it. Now we have made it available to Java through the static initializer block, because these blocks are initiated before everything else. So we load the library, then we execute the main method. Finally, we have a command that groups all of these together. But before that, since this is in a different folder, I need to add this to the Java code I created here. So I will open this with Notepad. Oh man. There. Save it. And there we go. So we will just have to compile it again to have the class file updated. Well, we can compile it later. We do not need that now because it does not affect the header file. This does not affect the header file. Oh, sorry. Now let us actually execute the code. Firstly, what we need to do is compile all of these these two files into a package. More specifically, the library that we need to create. So we need a specific command to create this library. This library has not been created yet. It is just added for usage, but it has not been created yet. So we need a command to create this library. I prepared it beforehand. The reason I did that instead of showing you where it is because it is on the community server that I run, which has many, well, not many members, but it does have members. But because I have not asked for their permission to show their names on the video, I prepared this command beforehand. So I will copy this command onto Paint to show it to you with a larger font before we actually use it. So this G++ is the name of the compiler for C++. Just as Java C is the name of the compiler in Java, GCC is the compiler of the C language, G++ is the compiler of the Java language, of the C++ language. Then you have a flag I, capital I, or uppercase I. Then you include the directory, these two directories that we need for this file jni.h, and we discussed, I believe we discussed this variable, Java home, and this should be capital, Java capital uppercase, like home, capital A, capital V, and capital A. So we discussed this variable, this environmental variable before, if I recall correctly, like that. Oh man, this is hideous. Okay, hold on. Let me see if I can pull this here. And perfect. Like that. Then copy it and paste it here, like so. Yep, this is perfect. So we will add the two directories that contain, not the two directories, the two directory paths that contain the jni.h. Then we will create the library. So we have to define it as shared. Then the O flag to create the object, which we will cover later. Then the name of the library .dll. DLL is the file extension for a dynamic library. .lib is for a static library. Then we put the C++ file that we need, which is in our scenario this. So let us apply this generic command to our actual file. So how do we compile this? Well, as always, through the command line interface. Where is our folder? There it is. Whoop, there it is. Now let us apply this command. So G++ to compile a C++ file. Then -I will copy this, but remember to remove the second slash, because these are used as escape characters, the ones that we showed before. Oh wait, I did copy it with the double quote, so I do not need to add it. So we remove this, we remove this, we remove this, and we remove this. Then we add the one for the 32-bit as well. So what I will do is I will copy all of these and then add win32 here, which is this one. But just to spare the time to delete the escape character. So what is the remainder of the command? We will add hyphen shared to create a dynamic library, then hyphen O, which is the object that will be created, or the library that will be created. What is the library? We called it lib addition dot DLL to specify that it is a shared library. If it was LIB, it would not be shared, it would be static, but we want to create a DLL. We will discuss the differences later on, bi'idhnillah and God willing. Then the name of the file, which is jni.cpp. Where is it? Right here. Okay. Now let us run this. Bismillah ar-Rahman ar-Rahim. Nothing appeared, which means that it was compiled correctly. If we look at the folder again, we will see that we have successfully created the library. And of course, if you check any folder on your Windows operating system, you will see an abundance of DLL, as we mentioned in a previous lecture regarding .exe and .dll. Finally, now we have to run the program from Java. So what we need to do is simply recompile, so we can delete the class file and recompile it, jni.java, and then let us run the program. So the output should be, where is it? 5 plus 6, so the output should print out 11. Hopefully, we will see. Okay. If I did everything correctly, this should print 11. Bismillah ar-Rahman ar-Rahim. 11. Perfect. So now we have successfully created or connected the execution engine of Java with a native library that we created ourselves, which was this one, through this command that I showed you. And we provided that library for Java and then executed the code contained within this library, which was in this file here, with the assistance of this file here. And we were able to execute the implementation of C and C++ through Java, as you see here. Lastly, before I end this lecture, I want to show you how package names are displayed in the Java header file. So what I will do is, well, actually I can create it in, oh, not this one. Don't save. Where is it? This one. So open with Notepad. I will create a package here, and I will call it com.java.tutorial, like that, just to show you how multiple tokens appear in the Java header file. So I will save this. Then let us run the command to create the header file. I will, never mind. Java C -h dot, for the current directory, jni.java. Bismillah ar-Rahman ar-Rahim. Okay. Now let us open the header file now. There it is. See how it differs now. Java, because this is a native method from Java, com_Java_tutorial, so that is the package name. Then underscore the name of the class, then underscore the name of the method. So the syntax for the JNI header method name syntax is as follows. You have Java, so it must have Java, then underscore package underscore name, however many tokens you have, underscore class name, then underscore method identifier or method name, and that is it. That is the syntax you should expect. If you do not have any packages, it will just move on to the class name. And that is it with regards to this lecture. And this also marks the end of the architectural portion of this course. In the upcoming lectures, bi'idhnillah and God willing, we will start with errors and exceptions. So we will return to coding. I know this may have been slightly confusing for you, mainly because we are tackling this without any prior knowledge in C and C++. But hopefully, inshallah, bi'idhnillah, once we tackle C and C++, this portion of the course will become clearer for you. I hope this video was helpful and beneficial to you all. Enjoy the rest of your day, everyone. Be safe, take care, and peace be upon you all. Wassalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh. اللهم صل على محمد وعلى آل محمد كما صليت على إبراهيم وعلى آل إبراهيم وبارك على محمد وعلى آل محمد كما باركت على إبراهيم وعلى آل إبراهيم في العالمين إنك حميد مجيد.